Hello everybody, today I'm here with some more Disney Sorcerer's Arena, and today we're going to be showcasing the next two characters that I've unlocked. And as well as the new costume that I got not too long ago. So first up we have Peter Pan here, looking pretty great. And we also just got Milo Thatch, who is brand new. And they gave him away pretty nicely. It was really easy to get him. But I'm sure they want us to level him up as well, which will take a lot longer. But he looks pretty perfect in the style of the game. Then we also have Vacation Genie here in all his glory. I don't play as the Genie too often, so it'll be fun to look at him again. Alright. And I don't really know what levels we should play today. I guess we can just go into the Heroes campaign and check it out. Looking, yeah, we could do this one. So, I'm probably going to be ranting about the new look of the game and everything for the majority of this video, since it is the newest thing. And I really have a lot to say about it. But I will try not to be too harsh or anything. Sorry if you do like the look of the new game or anything else about it. But for the most part, I am not happy with what they've done. And like, I have reasonings for it, and obviously I'm not the only one. But I will say, as we're going into this first battle here, that the battles actually do look a lot nicer, the backgrounds are a lot nicer, like the lighting and everything is really cool. The problem with that only, pretty much, is that it really like wears down the battery of your device, which is not great. I guess it's a sacrifice for having a nice looking game, but I thought the game looked perfectly fine before. But mostly like the lighting, I would say, is like the biggest change and makes everything look pretty nice. The new font is really, really bad, but on the screen in particular, I don't find it so bad. It actually looks pretty good. Okay, so I don't know anything about Milo. Let's look real quick. Deal up to 154 damage to all opponents. Okay, that's pretty good. We've got a healing one here. Perform the following to target teammate. Restore 177 health. Increase by 133 if target's below 50% health. So it's useful to use this when your opponent is dying, I guess. Also gives you continuous healing, which is good. And the Boiler Bonk is just a regular attack, but also 50% chance to call Kita or an adventurer teammate to assist. I'm guessing Kita's not an adventurer then, otherwise it wouldn't say that, but that is a nice move as well, especially if you have some really strong adventurers. So let's attack everybody. Alright, he flies in on his ship. I do remember that from the movie. I seen it not too long ago, I guess. Peter Pan, we've got the air acrobatics. I put a weird enunciation. Grant haste to all oceanic teammates for 2 turns and deal 925 damage to target opponent and inflict stun. Wow. Inflict charm for 1 turn. Interesting. Club Conquest, you get +1 charm duration. Then Soaring Strikes, 123 damage to target opponent 3 times. That'll sound pretty great. Let's do this one, since we are gonna, you know, give haste as well. And then we can just kill all these guys here. You got stunned, which is perfect. Let's get another Milo move in here. We could try the healing one, even though no one's at a, you know, at a low health. Let's just see. Okay, and then Genie, we've got Real Firecracker. A lot of damage to target opponent and inflict offense down for a chance to inflict silence for 1 turn. Cleanse 1 harmful effect on targeted teammate. If able, apply the opposite helpful effect for the same number of remaining turns. So that can certainly be useful to kind of turn the tides, but I don't have any harmful effects. Deal 435 damage to target opponent 2 times. Allied Genie will assist. So yeah, that's another thing, that we can get duplicates once we receive harmful effects. But like I said, we don't have any at the moment. We can just kill him and move on. We're fighting Shere Khan. What the? Okay, well that's clearly a problem. The font was just like blurry. Did they not try that out? Okay, well we have that charged up again, but I also want to see this, so let's just... Okay, well that wasn't too exciting. We can do this real quick. Here's his jabs. Pretty self-explanatory. It's not going to really shield anybody. Oh, it does for Milo actually. So I guess he's a tech guy. We do not have any harmful effects, so I don't think it's even going to do anything, but we do get to see the cool animation. We can do this one again. I do like the idea of bringing that ship in, and it's nice that it attacks all opponents as well. Certainly a bonus. I hope if he does get added to Disney Heroes that they use that ship, because I don't think that's in Kita's moveset at all. That wasn't really part of her thing, but yeah, I don't know what they'd give Milo for a moveset, so it would be cool to see them give him something like that. So, yeah, I don't need those currently. Yeah, we can do this one. So yeah, the UI is pretty horrible, I would say. The buttons look really cheap. It feels like it's a beta version of a game, just especially in like the menus and everything. And the font isn't really helping. The old font they had was just really perfect, I thought, and really fit the feel of the game. I don't know why they wanted to change that. Like I said, right here, I actually think it looks pretty good, especially on like the buttons, the auto, the 2x, and the 2 out of 3. I think it actually looks pretty great. But in all the menus and everything, it looks really cheap. The buttons too, all these buttons again look fine. I don't have a problem with any of them, especially again the 2x and auto and settings button. All look really great, I think, and I don't have any problems with the move, like the moves icons either. Like down here, all of these, they look fine. And like the text in here looks fine too. Something about like the kerning, which is like the space in between the letters, seems a little weird to me too. Because it's bolded sometimes and it looks okay, like there's a backdrop on it a little bit, but these aren't. Yeah, I don't know, there's just a lot of problems. And it's just hard for me to think that like the team was happy with the results. Like, I'm sure they put a lot of work into it, but I mean, I don't know, it just looks unprofessional. It looks like they reverted in progress, which is so strange for an update to do. Especially when I thought the game looked pretty awesome before. I quite liked how it looked before. So to change it was surprising to me just in general, and I was regretting it up until the day that it came out. And then I updated and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to play this game. It's just like ugly to look at. Again, this is just my opinion as well. I'm sure other people, or like I've seen some people in the comments be like, yeah, I don't dislike it. And I'm sure some people are actually like, whoa, it looks really great. And again, the backgrounds are looking awesome. The lighting and shading is really good. The animations are always as good as they have been. You know, that didn't really change. The screen here looks okay, but again, the buttons look really like bad to me. And they're not even that bad. But I think it might just be compared to the older version, which looked really great, that these just look cheap in comparison. I don't know. Because it's really not that bad. This doesn't look so awful either. I don't care for the background though. Let's find another battle to do. We can try this one. It's probably gonna be pretty easy though. But we'll probably wrap it up here pretty soon. I guess I should say my thoughts on the characters. They're all kind of just straightforward. I don't have anything that I'm like, whoa, that's going to be super helpful. I'm pretty sure the Peter Pan characters are good for the Club Conquest specifically. I think there were rewards from that too. So they're really encouraging that. And this move I'm sure has a lot of potential. And he has a healing move too, which is really nice. I don't think a lot of tech characters actually have healing moves, if I'm not mistaken, so it'll certainly be helpful. then Peter Pan's got a nice charm move, and his other moves are just somewhat generic, I think. Although the haste, applying haste to your teammates in that one move is pretty helpful. Yeah, looking at the screen, it just like, it's sad to look at it after what we've seen before. And this screen in particular is just like ugly to me. It looks really bad. Like there's weird spacing in some areas, because it feels like they just replaced it with their text and just said, you know, that's good enough. But I think it needed a little bit more work than that. I don't know, the text looks really bad in a lot of areas, and in some places it looks fine. These don't look great either. Like the gray is just kind of ugly compared to, like, they used to be all colored and visually interesting, and now they all just have this gray on a text, which maybe makes the text easier to see and more simple to just make a bunch of events, but it almost just feels like unfinished. And then the hero stuff looks okay too. Like this screen is pretty close to the original, which is probably why it looks okay. The text doesn't really bother me too much either. The numbers are kind of small in some areas, which I did not feel was the case before. I actually really like how they changed this talisman screen. It was kind of annoying to scroll through it before, and then these are pretty much the same as well. Yeah, there are just a few areas where it looks really awful, and it makes me kind of sick just to like load up the game. I get like a sick feeling, and it's not even a joke. Like I regret going into the game. Like I don't enjoy opening the game anymore. I don't know. It seems absurd that I could have that much of like a visceral reaction to something, just like a change in the look of some things, but I don't know. I really do have that reaction. I'm not trying to make anything up or like be over dramatic. But yeah, I really hope that they are able to fix this in some way. Like they can certainly keep some of the changes they made. But I would highly suggest that they change the text just back to the way that it was. I don't think that there's any problem with it, and I find that most of the problems I'm having is with the type font choice. But yeah, I'm sure they put a lot of work into it, and I don't mean to discredit anybody, but it just feels like it's regressed in quality when it was supposed to be being upgraded. So yeah, this video is more of an excuse to talk about this. I almost made my own separate video just talking about like why I didn't like it. But I felt like I would need to put in a lot of effort into that, and I don't want to put that much effort into just like spreading like a dislike of something. Like I didn't think that was necessary. But then it ended up overtaking this video. But I guess I didn't talk about Genie, so I can quick talk about my thoughts on Genie. I've seen some people use him. I'm sure he's somewhat good, but I've never found any of his moves particularly interesting. If we could have got the multiple Genie things, that would have been a more visually interesting thing. And like, it is a pretty unique move, but we didn't really have any harmful effects being put on Genie, so we didn't get to see it. But in something like a PvP mode, I'm sure you would see that a lot more often. But anyways, I've been talking just for a long time about really nothing, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you for watching, and I'll continue to showcase characters as I continue to unlock them. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.